As we set up for tomorrow's Winter Carnival Stakes Day, we've got an interesting one setting everything up here on Friday in Maryland. Let's see what prices we can come up with today.
One mile, second finish line. And they're off. Oh, Mrs. Maisel on the inside, Flimsy with a good start, and Vodkatini with speed in between horses. On the outside, there is Martha Rita, and they're followed by Clara Bell, and Red Wine Time is trailing the field. Onto the main portion of the track with Oh, Mrs. Maisel against the rail, prompted by Vodkatini just to her outside. It is Oh, Mrs. Maisel, a neck from Vodkatini, and another two. Flimsy is in third, a length and a half. On the outside is Martha Rita, who is racing well off the inside. Room at the inside for Clara Bell is about six from the speed, and Red Wine Time trailing the field. Heading on for the far turn run. Oh, Mrs. Maisel now 3/4 of a length from Vodkatini in second. Flimsy with every chance from there in third position. Martha Rita is next, and Red Wine Time tries to rally from the back of the pack. And trailing the field now is Clara Bell. Far turn run. Oh, Mrs. Maisel, Vodkatini continuing 1-2. Flimsy's called on for a little more run from third. Now 3.5 furlongs out. And it's a break of 7 of Red Wine Time, who's moved along under a ride to fourth. With 3 furlongs left to go. Vodkatini, oh, Mrs. Maisel. The outside, Flimsy's the main danger now. Flimsy on the far outside, coming at Vodkatini, who drifts just a bit. Oh, Mrs. Maisel down to the inside, coming back for more. 3 across the track with a 1/4 of a mile left to go. Flimsy, Vodkatini, oh, Mrs. Maisel on the inside, very game as well. 3/16 left to go. Flimsy, Vodkatini, oh, Mrs. Maisel down to the inside. Riders drop the whip there, and oh, Mrs. Maisel, an 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Vodkatini in front from Flimmy. Oh, Mrs. Maisel down to the inside. Red Wine Time is in fourth. Here's Vodkatini and Carol Cedeno. Oh, Mrs. Maisel second, and Flimsy third. Red Wine Time fourth. Mosley safe. And they're off. Even break. The last sip right to the front from Mosler safe, despite odds moving up on the inside with early foot as well. Then Jebster in between horses. It's over racing down to the inside as they journey down the backstretch now. In the back of the pack there, we have Dijon, and trailing the field is the outside Triple Tito's. Only 5 lengths will cover them. A bunch field. It is Despite Odds leading the way. Despite Odds from the last sip, and Mosler safe on the outside. It's over riding the inside there from fourth. And Dijon is racing in fifth position, and Jebster is in between horses, 4 from the lead, and trailing the field is Triple Tito's. Into the far turn, pretty easy pace out there for Despite Odds, who leads at a half length from the last sip, and Mosler safe out 3 wide as they round the turn. It's over, now has 5 lengths to make up, and Jebster alongside of that, followed by Dijon, and Triple Tito's trailing the field. 2.5 furlongs left to go, and Despite Odds leads the way. Despite Odds just in between horses there is the last sip, is trying to rally. rally. On the inside, it's over. Mosler safe out wide. Even wider than that is Jebster, the one widest of them all. Into the stretch now at the 3/16, and it's the last sip. The last sip, Mosler's safe, and it's over. Trying to find room in between horses has been taken off the inside, despite odds, is right there as well. The last sip drifting out toward the center of the track, but in front here's it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over in the last sip. Far outside drifted late, then despite odds, followed by Mosler safe and Triple Tito's.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course.
A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And Laurel.
We have all three surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all three surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
Las Olas and Dunderboss. Second finish line. And they're off. Farabee early speed, now use Can't Leave. To the inside is Dropkick Queen. Those three right at a line as one Las Olas broke sharp, but back in fourth and passed now by Cocktail Dreaming down to the inside. And next is Ruxton Rocks and Dunderboss trailing the field. Dunderboss trailing some 7 from the front and out wide. Now use Can't Leave leading the way about a half length from Farabee in second spot a length. And Cocktail Dreaming is third, just ahead of Dropkick Queen on the outside in fourth. Dunderboss continues outside about the 3 or 4 path, improves a couple of spots. Here's Ruxton Rocks, and trailing is one Las Olas in 7th position. Heading over the far turn, now use Can't Leave leads the way from Farabee by 3 parts of a length, with Cocktail Dreaming third out of the inside. Dunderboss making progress on the outside there from 4th position. Ruxton Rocks down to the inside. Dropkick Queen drops back, and one Las Olas is now past her. Into the far turn, 3 1/2 furlongs left to go, and it's now use Can't Leave 3/4 of a length from Farabee second. Dunderboss and Cocktail Dreaming down inside there, and they're followed by one Las Olas is worked up to 5th, and Ruxton Rocks and trailing is Dropkick Queen in 7th. Top of the stretch, open affair as Cocktail Dreaming gets through on the inside and cuts that corner and kicks on. And here is Dunderboss on the outside now. Dunderboss and Cocktail Dreaming down to the final furlong and a half together. One Las Olas trying to gain toward the center of the track from third. Cocktail Dreaming in front with a furlong left to go. Cocktail Dreaming and Dunderboss 1, 2. 2. One Las Olas third to the center of the track. A 16th left to go. Cocktail Dreaming tried to hold Dunderboss. Dunderboss one final surge to the second wire finish from Cocktail Dreaming. Dunderboss. Cocktail Dreaming and One Las Olas.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now, it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
And they're off. Grand Escape fast away, or is Blame the Ruin into stride on the inside up to grab the lead from Grand Escape in the second spot. Wyatt Ridgely and El Toulouse and the Caloric Kid on the outside, and Great Days Ahead is at the back of the pack now. It is Blame the Bourbon leading the way against the rail from Grand Escape, lead a little more than a length. Another two, Wyatt Ridgely, the Caloric Kid, El Toulouse in between horses in fifth, past that half-mile pole. Another six back, and Great Days Ahead has to pick it up into the far turn run. Blame the Bourbon up top, chasing Grand Escape round the turn is second now, drops 2 lengths off of Blame the Bourbon. Blame the Bourbon widens. Blame the Bourbon by 2 from Grand Escape and the Caloric Kid. Wyatt Ridgely down to the inside. Another 4 back, and it's El Toulouse off the inside, dropping back to last position and passed by Great Days Ahead, widest of them all. Into the stretch, and it's Blame the Bourbon who turns in with about a 3 or 4 length advantage from Grand Escape. And then Wyatt Ridgely into third. Then the Great Days Ahead on the outside, trying to pick up just a bit for a share. And here's the Grand Escape right back at Blame the Bourbon. Grand Escape wearing down Blame the Bourbon. Grand Escape shifting in just a bit. Blame the Bourbon out of the ends, fighting on. Wyatt Ridgely closing very late in the scene. Grand Escape from Blame the Bourbon. Wyatt Ridgely was third. El Toulouse was fourth. And Great Days Ahead And they're off. Bourbon on the Bay, sharp break. Divided Union, also between horses Swift Dancer and Moses Water is going to join in too. Another 4 back, and it's Luta on the chase there from 5th off the inside, and Surf City Gold and Chasing Storms is last position now. Chasing Storms having problems there, being eased up quickly out of the race. Chasing Storms out of the race. Heading into the far turn run now. 3 across the track, Divided Union and Moses Water and Swift Dancer there too. 3 right across into the far turn run. Bourbon on the Bay's now on the chase here from 4th, is settled after a sharp break 4th and on the move. And Luda is in 5th, and here's Surf City Gold getting interested too. Surf City Gold's got run at the quarter pole, just needs to get through some traffic. Top of the stretch, they make the turn in. Bourbon on the Bay on the extreme outside. Moses Water, Swift Dancer, extreme outside is Luda next. Surf City Gold near the inside, trying to carry on. Down to the final furlong they go, and it's Bourbon on the Bay just in front from Moses Water, second spot. Shifting until is Luda there the outside, and Swift Dancer and Surf City Gold. Here's Bourbon on the Bay and Barbosa. Bourbon on the Bay to win. Bourbon on the Bay, Moses Water. And then it was Luda, Swift Dancer, and Surf City Gold. And they get it 2-1, Meraviglioso. And they're off. Stay Out was slow to go. Number Mass Meraviglioso, Gold Time Vixen. Here comes Kassan rushing up with early speed to take the lead now. Lady Jean is right there in the lead group as well. Gold Time Vixen back in 5th spot. Little Miss Scarlet is 6th. Stay Out has worked up to 7th after a bit of a tardy beginning. My Super Sally and My Boss Lady trailing the field. They're in the back now. About a dozen lengths on the pace heading into the turn. Kassan leading the way. Kassan has it by a neck. No More Mask applying pressure from second. Lady Jean out wide. There's Gold Time Vixen 4 deep in the red sleeves, and Meraviglioso gets a tap to go on midway on that turn. Little Miss Scarlet is next. My Super Sally trying to rally widest of them all. My Super Sally's coming in the wide bid. Top of the stretch, quarter of a mile left to go. Lady Jean. Lady Jean takes them in from Gold Time Vixen, and No More Mask staying in the battle down to the inside. Kassan racing 4th down to the rail, and My Super Sally is in 5th. Furlong left to go. 3 chances. Gold Time Vixen, No More Mask, and Lady Lady Jean in between horses. Picking up now is My Boss Lady. My Boss Lady's rallied into fourth, but time is running out. Gold Time Vixen up front. Gold Time Vixen's 25-1. Gold Time Vixen for No More Mask and My Boss Lady. Then Lady Jean and Little Miss Scarlet.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track, that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being let out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're off. Aristocratic and Quick Tempo. Semper Fi Sharp Break is sent up there too. Just outkicked though by Aristocratic there, and Quick Tempo on the outside. Aristocratic a half in front of the favorite Quick Tempo. Semper Fi third. Top Boss is next, and Bowie two-step fifth of the five, heading for the far turn run. It is Aristocratic down to the inside. Quick Tempo almost on even terms now, and another 2 lengths back, and Top Boss and Semper Fi the third and fourth, and 2 from the speed. Another 3 back at Bowie two-step trailing the field. Midpoint of the turn, Aristocratic and Quick Tempo there on the outside, matching strides. Top Boss is in third, and Semper Fi down inside there, ridden for more from fourth with a quarter of a mile left to go, and Bowie two-step trailing the field. Top of the stretch, and it's Aristocratic on the inside. Quick Tempo not by yet. Aristocratic, in fact, in front now, a length and a half. The outside, here comes Semper Fi, try to rally for a share of between horses along with Top Boss. Quick Tempo is fighting on as well. On the outside, here comes Semper Fi. Semper Fi keeps on closing. Semper Fi, Semper Fi and Aristocratic. Aristocratic, Semper Fi. Semper Fi, Aristocratic. And Top Boss was third and Quick Tempo fourth. In the gate. And they're off. Majesty's Freedom will get the first call out of the gate. Tappin' Josie. And on the inside, Divisibility. Tappin' Josie, Divisibility. Knocking heads at opening for long. Majesty's Freedom after the sharp break. Now third. Tribal Queen on the outside from fourth. And blow through Yellow Lights on the inside fifth. And three from the front. A gap of 5 lengths back. Naval Empire and Coal Mine trailing the field heading into the turn. Where Divisibility and Tappin' Josie are going at it. And Tribal Queen joins them on the outside while 3 deep. Another 2.5. Blow through Yellow Lights. Majesty's Freedom, the racing fourth and fifth. Another 5. Naval Empire. Coal Mine out, kick 2.5 furlongs left to run. Tappin' Josie's taking all the heat. The outside Tribal Queen moves to second. Divisibility's in third. Blow through Yellow Lights is in fourth, and Majesty's Freedom is next. And Naval Empire swings widest of them all. They're into the stretch. It's Tappin' Josie kicking away, shifting a little bit to the inside, trying to get roused there by Kevin Gomez. Opens up now. As Kevin Gomez getting the attention of Tappin' Josie. Oh, Tappin' Josie's wandering. Tappin' Josie in front, a wandering winner here. Tappin' Josie looking all over the place, gonna get it by fourth to finish. Majesty's Freedom was second, Naval Empire, and then it was Tribal Queen and Divisibility. And they're off. Strung on the decks in total effort. The inside is never silenced away third. And Superstition then thruster on the outside. And followed by 10X racing on the inside second to last position. And Pressing Concern trailing the field. Stronger Than Dex going to try to slow up the pace as they bunch up in behind that leader. It's total effort on the outside and never silenced in between horses. Superstition out in the clear racing in fourth spot. Then 10X fifth. Thruster is next and advance a Pressing Concern heading into the far turn run now. So heading into the turn they roll, and 7 or 8 lengths will cover them. And on the inside there, still leading the way with speed is Stronger Than Dex. Then Total Effort on the chase. The outside is Superstition, and it followed by Never Silenced, who's next in line. Thruster on the far outside, and 10X in between horses, and Pressing Concern still at the back. Midpoint on the turn, and it's Stronger Than Dex has been going a slow tempo for this group. Leads it by 2 lengths from Superstition in second. Thruster on the far outside, advancing into third position. 10X is in between horses, and the inside is Never Silenced. And in between horses, to Total Effort is weakened up at the far outside. There is Pressing Concern is way back. Into the stretch, a furlong left to go. Stronger Than Dex pouring it on now. Stronger Than Dex, plenty left when the Superstition and 10X going to battle along for second with Thruster in between horses right there chiming into Stronger Than Dex. Stronger Than Dex, 10X up for second. Superstition, then Thruster, Never Silenced.
Thank you so much for joining us. Again, Winter Carnival starts tomorrow. First post is at 12:25.